Hi, welcome back to Then and Now. Today is going to be Connie's story well, I'm interested. You said last time we talked about that you were on Zepbound.
hmm
And then I remember, and you brought it up again, that right out of high school, you lost 100 pounds, which is crazy. That was what, 1975?
1975.
Yeah. So, how did you do that? What, what a world of difference between what you did back in 1975 and then what is available today.
Right. This is my journey with regarding weight. In 1975, I lost 100 pounds, and I did it basically starving myself, only to gain it back, which started my yo-yo dieting addiction. Over the past 50 years, I've lost and gained 100 pounds more times than I care to think about. In 1975, starvation was my go to. When I would finally reach that point of shame and frustration, I would live on less than 600 calories a day and tried to exercise every day.
Mm.
Within days of going off, the weight would again begin to creep back. I tried. I was on Atkins, did Weight Watchers, stooped to the diet pills, Fetramine, and had basically and struggled my entire life. Last year, I started on the GLP1, and I've lost so far 70 pounds. It's been slow, but it's been a much healthier way
Absolutely.
to go about it. And I still have, like I said, I'm still on my journey, and hopefully my
Absolutely.
goal is to maybe hopefully I'd like to lose another 30 to 40 pounds.
Well, in 1975, when you lost that 100 pounds, how long did that take, if you remember? And were you sick? I mean, could you function on 600 calories a day?
Really, you couldn't.
Yeah. And
I,
how long did you do
It took
that?
me, I averaged losing about, it went off really
Did
fast,
it?
in the beginning before you do the yo-yo. And I
Mhm.
probably lost it in like 4 months, I'll say.
Are you kidding me?
No, all I ate, my diet, the first time, my diet consisted of one chicken breast every day and one piece of garlic toast.
How did you do
And
that?
then my diet drinks. And I can remember I was I was so determined. I wanted to be like everybody else, and I wanted to, just out of high school, I mean, I wanted to get married, I wanted to have
Yeah.
kids, and I just
And I remember your hair. You had gorgeous hair and you had the Farrah cut, and it was so beautiful.
with my round face.
Oh, well, that's not what I
Well,
remember,
no, and
but
that's so sweet.
yeah,
And that's true, but in my mind
yeah,
and my body image, I could Farrah
sure.
Fawcett all day, and it wasn't gonna help. But I can remember being I'd go to stand up, and I would be so lightheaded that you would literally things kind of close in and go black, and then come back.
Did you just make this diet up yourself?
That one I did.
You did.
Yeah, that
Okay.
that one I did. That one I was just determined I was gonna lose the weight, and then it almost becomes, I guess it kind of becomes an obsession. And then,
Sure.
like I said, then life was great. It
Hmm.
was, again, I think you had come back from Ohio,
Illinois.
Illinois,
Yeah.
sorry. And we were, it was disco
Yeah.
time, and we were
We
going
were
out.
clubbing almost every
Yeah, we
night.
were yeah, we were clubbing, and I felt like I was a I'd always been a part, but I felt more like I was a part. I mean, we'd go
Yeah.
out, and I wasn't the one saving the chair while everybody else was on the dance floor.
Oh,
I was getting asked to dance,
yeah.
and then got married. Knew I wanted to get married and have kids,
Hmm.
and I just actually picked the first guy that came along you know
That
that
made us, that wanted
that
us.
wanted
Yeah.
me, because
Yeah.
I wanted to
Yeah.
feel I just wanted someone to want
Sure,
me
sure.
and everything.
And I bet there were a ton of red flags, but
Oh, there was
you,
lots
yeah,
of there were
yeah,
so many
I've done that too.
there were so
Yeah,
many
yeah,
there was
yeah.
lots of
When
red
your
flags.
self-esteem is low,
Yeah, you have you're
yeah,
lucky if you have self.
yeah,
It's so
yeah,
low, it's
yeah,
so off the down the
yeah,
charts.
yeah.
And then you would go and like I said, I did Atkins and I did but then when you do Atkins, as soon as you go off of it, you comes back. I tried Weight Watchers
Okay.
and it it would it came back.
Yeah.
I even went through a stage for actually a lot of years where I would so ashamed and felt so bad that if I would overeat, I would throw up
Oh my, on
on
purpose?
purpose.
Oh, so you did do
Yes, I
that.
did, and I can remember the one of the times that as a
Uh,
grown woman with kids, this is sad. I
oh,
can remember my kids knocking on my bathroom door and
oh,
saying, "Mom, what are you
and
doing?" or
you're in there
whatever,
throwing
because they're
up.
thinking because I'm throwing up.
Oh
And going to
gosh.
work one time, it was kind of embarrassing. Someone asked me because I had a big bruise mark right there on my hand from sticking my finger down my throat.
I can't believe you did that, Connie.
Now
Wow.
but
Yeah.
and it's almost, it is like it's being bulimic. It
Yeah.
doesn't help you lose weight. It does not help
No.
you lose
Yeah.
weight because once it's almost like you fill yourself up and then it's just the release.
Yeah.
And then you go
Wow.
right back and you eat that meal again
Wow.
until and that's really
And
dangerous.
I don't understand the psychology of it, but that's coming from a peer,
Right,
right?
right, right.
That's
So struggled my entire life. And then, like I said, about a year ago, well, over a year ago, actually, when the GLP-1s first became really popular, I went to my doctor and he says, "Well, okay, yeah, I'm going to put you on one." And I looked up on my insurance and it put me on Rebel. He said, "Well, I'll put on Rebelsis, which is a pill, and you start at, I think it's 2.5 or whatever."
okay.
And I started that and I did okay the first couple of week. It didn't have a lot of side effects. So being desperate, I went right to probably went up on the dose too fast just because I wanted and was deathly, deathly, deathly ill.
I think we were supposed to be doing something. I thought we were going to go somewhere or we had something planned and you had to cancel it because you told me that you hadn't been out of bed
No,
like in a week.
I couldn't talk. I
Yeah.
remember
Wow.
somebody would call me and I'd almost have to tell them, please, have to say, excuse me, hold on a minute, because I would have dry heaves.
Gosh, Connie.
And but then what happened is the insurance company they covered it, and then 2026 came, or 20, yeah,
25.
25,
Yeah.
25 came. It was the end of 2024. 2025 came, and then my insurance company, and I probably lost maybe 10 pounds. I didn't lose 20 pounds maybe, and so I didn't lose a lot. So then when 2025 came out, insurance quit paying for GLP-1, particularly for weight loss.
Oh my
You had to
goodness.
They would pay for it if you were diabetic, which I was on the border, but there's nothing you can do, and the
Yeah.
cost was so outrageous.
Right.
So I went off of it. And then in about March, saw that where a lot of people were buying it. Basically, it's Zepbound, but it's trizepatide, and you could buy it online.
Okay.
And it was still expensive, but it was
Better.
it was much better.
Yeah. Okay.
So you might have to, well, the first time, so I bought up on it, and the first time it was about still, it could be anywhere from $200 to $300 a month.
Oh my goodness.
And then it became a little more, people were kind of down on their price. I think,
Okay.
I'm not doing an advertisement for it by any means,
Yeah.
but I think it was 100. I pay now like $134
Okay.
a month.
Okay. That's not outrageous.
Yeah.
And
And
are you under your doctor's care while you're doing all this and ordering all this?
okay, I have a doctor. He
Well,
knows I'm on it.
Yeah. Okay.
But
But you're doing the ordering and
all
all this
you
stuff
do
yourself.
is they make it very simple, and you have an online doctor. They don't even
Oh,
they
okay.
actually, to be perfectly honest, they don't even see you. You fill
Yeah.
out a questionnaire, and
Yeah.
you
Okay.
put down your weight and your BMI,
Yeah.
and send the money in,
Uh-huh.
and you get your
Okay.
medication.
All right. Okay. So Okay, so then you started this other one, and it did not make you sick,
It
right?
did make me sick.
Oh, it did make the second one did
This,
too?
they all
Oh.
the side effects that you've got is nausea.
Mm-hmm.
You get constipation.
Mm.
You really can get fatigued and tired.
Yeah. Wow.
And but if I was very careful, and it was the other one, like I said, was taking was the pill,
Mm-hmm.
and this time I was doing the shot, which I kind of panicked because I am a real needle phobia, and I thought it would be the most horrifying
Sure.
thing in the world, but I was so determined, and it's not as bad as I thought. But yeah, when I first started doing it, it was like 2.5, and you stay with that for a month, and it helped.
Mm-hmm.
And but I can still remember being sick. In fact, to this day, when it's shot day, everybody knows that I've had shot day, because usually it's about the day after. I still sometimes have to go to bed,
Really?
it takes a day. Just, you know, but it's better than
Yeah.
what been out there before.
Well, what does it do? I mean, how does it change? How do you
It
lose the weight?
stops. It's really amazing. It really is. It stops before. You always had all that the noise in your head. That's
Sure.
We wake up in the morning. What am I going to have for breakfast? Oh
Yeah.
wow, what am I going to have for lunch?
Lunch.
Hey,
Yeah.
I might make a cake.
Yeah.
You
Need that
know,
afternoon
what
snack.
am I going to
Yeah.
have for dinner? What
Yeah.
everything in my mind, and I couldn't stop it. Just revolved
Eating.
around eating and around food.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in even if so you figure if you comes with anxiety and a little bit of depression, who's struggling,
Mm-hmm.
those noises are
Yeah.
you can't get
Shut
them.
them out.
You can't
Yeah.
shut them out. And what this does is the noise goes
Uh-huh.
away. You fill up a lot faster, because it gives you the sensation that you're full,
Uh-huh.
and so you can't eat as much.
Okay. And how many calories do you think you're having? Obviously, you think you're having
Well,
calories that sustain you where you're not
well, you
fainting or
right, and
okay.
the advantage I've had with this is because you don't, for me, and
Hmm.
because it's been, like I said, 70 pounds in a year really isn't a whole lot.
It is a lot.
Well, it is but it's not. But it's what less than. I mean, I was like losing a pound a week or whatever. But you know what? You don't deprive yourself.
You were also 18 or 19 years old.
Back then,
Yeah.
yeah. Now
Yeah.
it's 70,
Right.
I'm not depriving myself.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's just a matter of if I've never been one for sugar or sweets.
Okay.
I like savory.
Yeah.
Give me a
Okay.
hamburger, French fries,
Yeah.
and but what this does is stops the food noise. You get, your fuller, but I don't deprive myself. I mean, I eat whatever I want to eat.
Yeah.
Now, usually what I do is I try to eat like one meal a day. I'll eat it around 2 o'clock or so. And then I try not to eat anything else, basically.
Wow.
But I mean, it's a good meal. I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
I
Okay. You're
mean,
getting everything. Okay.
what I can get. And
Yeah.
then in the evening, or like about 5, or if I'm hungry, I try to eat a banana,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And you try to, and I try to, just watch
Yeah.
watch what I eat. But
Right.
it's been a very,
But it
pretty,
helps you. It
yes,
helps you control
it
that.
helps you.
Yeah.
And so that's just been
Wow.
for me. I mean, I'm such a cheerleader
Yeah.
for it, and they've got,
Yeah.
there's so many new medications right now from down the pipeline
Yeah.
to help people.
Yeah. Well, tell me how you feel. Just forget the medication and what you're doing. Forget being sick from the medication at
Right.
times and how it makes you feel. But how do you feel your body feel the way it was before and 70 pounds lighter? What do you notice?
I think number one, you notice your the big one is your self-esteem,
Yeah.
if more than
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And I have to say, yeah, I have more energy.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
I do feel better. My blood pressure is much better.
Yeah.
My
Okay, good.
my triglycerides have totally dropped. I was so impressed. So there's so many good
Okay.
things about
Good.
it.
And you're shopping like crazy.
Unfortunately, yes. It hasn't helped. It hasn't helped my shopping
That's
addiction.
okay.
That's my only
That's
my
okay.
only problem.
That's
That's my
okay.
only problem, because this is the first time in years. It's really nice to go into a store and
Yeah.
I'm not going. I can finally barely there. I realize, but to go into the regular sizes and look
No.
and the plus and not be
Yeah.
in the plus size department.
Yeah. No, I think, I mean, you look amazing. But more than that, I mean,
I
I'm just,
feel it. I
you feel
feel good.
amazing. And I just like, I mean, especially after us reconnecting and everything, it's like I want you around for a long time. So I'm glad you're doing something
Right.
that's good for you and making you healthy.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes a huge difference. It put down here,
Mhm.
I was going to ask a question that I was
Yeah.
going to, a couple of things that I really wanted to say. And one of them was, well, what would I say to my younger self
Yeah.
back in the 70s? And I really put, I'm going to say, don't judge yourself by your outward appearance
Mm.
just because others do. Your heart is thin and beautiful, and that is what will get you through life. And
Oh.
that's how someday you'll be judged.
Oh, Connie, that is so true, but that's true for everybody too. I mean, that's
Yeah,
something for all of us to live
right.
by.
But because I really put some really,
Yeah.
I wanted to think of what would I,
Yeah.
what would I say?
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
I was just, and anybody out there who's struggling with their weight, like I have my life, I just wanted to put that we're blessed to live in a time where there's new medications being discovered and tested to fight obesity. And I waited 70 years for a tool that is actually working for me.
Wow.
And that I'm like I said, I'm so happy.
And this could be one of your best chapters.
This could be
Yeah.
my best, but it's still a journey. And
Yes.
it's a fear. What is, I'm not to the point, what's going to happen if I go off the shot?
Well, yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
gonna? Am I gonna go? Am I back to that
Yeah.
cycle? The food noise comes back, and
And actually, what is the time frame you're supposed to take it? Is there an end date? I mean, what did they
they
say?
don't have it. My doctor once told me, he said, there's gonna be people. I mean, probably like me,
Uh-huh.
who may have to take it the rest of their
Yeah.
lives to
Yeah.
maintain, not
Yeah.
to stay healthy.
Yeah.
But again, there's so much
Who knows what
new.
they're going to come out with? Yeah.
Who's to say what they're going to come out
Yeah.
with? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
so excited to
Yeah.
to find out. And my doctor told me at one point, he said, when my fear of weighing, he said, what's the problem? You realize that's just a number.
Yeah.
It's not who you are.
Yeah.
But when you are obese and you are struggling, it's more than just
Yeah, of course.
it's more than just a number.
And isn't that easy for him to say?
Right.
Right?
Right.
He's not struggling with it. So, yeah. So, do you deal with do you consider this cheating, or is it just a new medical
I think it's
device that you can
it's
use?
not
Or,
cheating.
yeah.
It's a journey. Anybody who says, "Oh, you're you're on the pill," you're on the pill.
Yeah. Yeah. You are on the pill.
Yeah, there you go. I'm on the shot. I'm not on the pill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but it's not cheating. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's
Mhm.
not easy.
Yeah. No.
It's not easy
No.
to every week give yourself a shot and
Yeah.
stomach and then wait and see how you're gonna
Yeah.
feel, and if you're
Yeah.
gonna it's not easy.
Yeah. No. No.
I mean,
it certainly isn't.
it's not magic.
Yeah. Are there any downsides to it that you feel other than, what you just said?
I
Maybe
think that's
possibly
just
feeling
it.
bad.
Just feeling
Yeah,
bad. The
yeah.
side of the regular side effects.
Yeah.
and they do get better with time. It's not
Do they?
really. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I mean, I still have bad days sometimes after having doing my shot. But other than
Mhm.
that, I
Well,
do better.
do you have one thing in mind? I mean, what's your end goal? I mean, is there a time when you're going to say, wow, okay, especially mentally.
So I laugh because people say, okay, so what's do I worry about the long term effects?
Mhm.
Because there's been a lot of
Yeah, right.
I just have to. The other thing I have to say at my age is, what, I'm 70.
Yeah.
I'm not guaranteed. For
Yeah.
me, what
Go for it. Go for it.
long
Yeah.
term. Come on, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go for it.
yeah. There's no reason not. There's
Yeah.
no
Go
reason
for it and
not
make this
to.
your best chapter.
Right.
Yeah. But what do you think you are looking for? When do you think that, or do you think?
I
Do
don't
you
think I'll ever go off of
Well,
it.
well,
Oh,
okay, okay. You don't have to go off of it, but I'm thinking, when do you say? Well, what do you do then? Do you ever decrease the dosage or?
you can.
Okay.
I mean, I've read that they say that you can. Now, when I've done my dose, I've done it really slow. Like technically, I've been on it so long, I
Uh,
should be on the maximum dose, which is like 15 milligrams or whatever
okay.
you want to call
Uh
it.
huh.
And I'm not.
That's good
I'm still
though.
down
Uh huh.
because you get. For a while, I was so scared of when you up the dose because
Gets.
before you get
Mhm.
used to it, you
Yeah.
are gonna feel bad,
Yeah.
and you gonna have to get back into it, and that's a kind of a eerie feeling, and
Yeah.
it's not. And so yeah, so I'm not at the max yet. It
Yeah.
doesn't
Okay.
mean that I'm not gonna ever get there. It
Right.
just means right now, as long as I'm
It's
stable
working, and
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
working, I don't really want to put myself. I don't
No,
want to put
you may not
myself
need
through it.
to.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody who's sitting out there right now? They're thinking, "Do I want to do this, or is, is it for me, or should I try it and see what happens?" Or
I say it's your journey.
okay,
You
that's
have
fair.
to,
That's
it's
fair.
it's your journey. You've
Yeah,
gotta. That's a decision you have to make. How
yeah.
does your weight affect you? How's it affecting you
Mm,
mentally? Are you happy? Do how much you know
how much noise do
how
you
much
hear?
no how
Maybe.
much weight do you need to lose? It can
Mm.
be abuse. I mean, you hear
Oh,
these
oh yeah.
people who
Who are
want to
already
get
skinny.
her skin when they
Yeah,
want to get into the bikini
yeah,
by
yeah,
want to get
yeah,
into their bikini by
yeah.
by summer.
That does seem like an abuse, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so just like any other drug or medication, it can be abused, but it's
Wow.
not used to you lose 5 or 10 pounds. It's
Yeah.
actually for morbid obese people
Yeah.
who have fought their whole lives
Yeah.
struggling with weight,
Yeah.
and to see it abused like that, that's sad.
And I sure wish insurance would treat it as
Insurance
such, like
needs
it's a health, it's a health concern.
it's a
So,
real health
yeah,
concern. Yeah, they do need to cover, especially, in Medicare too. I mean, Medicare doesn't cover it right now.
yeah,
And why? Because just think what it saves, I mean, you're going to do away with blood pressure
right,
medication and all these things that
right,
in that come along with
right,
obesity,
right.
and you don't want to you'd rather
Yeah,
pay for me to have a heart
right,
transplant or a
right,
bypass
right.
surgery instead of letting me try to make myself healthy and
That's
happy.
a great point. It's a
So
great. Doesn't make sense, does it?
no, it doesn't. And like I said, things are, I hope that within my lifetime that insurance will pay for it, and there'll be a medication, this one, even if it's this one, whatever, that helps, because I would have given anything back in high school or back 10 years ago, 20
Yeah,
years
yeah,
ago. I mean,
sure,
from as long back, as far back as I can remember,
sure,
if there had been something that I mean, really worked.
sure, sure. Yeah. Well, I just want to say to you, congratulations.
Like I
Congratulations
said,
on your journey and sticking with it. And, it's working and you look fabulous. And I can tell you feel
I
better.
feel a lot better.
Yeah. And it's nice.
Yeah.
And you deserve that.
Yeah, and I do deserve
You
that.
do deserve
Yeah,
it.
and I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
So see, it's given me the power to think, you know what?
You do
I
deserve it.
deserve it.
Yeah.
I deserve something.
That's worth everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
So I guess that's going to be it for this week. And
Yeah.
we don't know. Do we know what we're going to talk about
Oh my
next week?
goodness. We
Guess
haven't,
we
I
need
don't
to.
know. You're going to get some doctor's results back.
No, I don't go to the end of the month.
That's coming up though, but
Well,
pretty soon. But
April. I'm sorry.
Oh, April.
April.
Oh, well, then
April.
never
April.
mind.
April.
Well, no, we don't know what we're talking about yet.
We'll find something really good.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good.
Thanks for
All right,
joining us.
thanks.
It's
Bye.
then and now.